messieurs and mademoiselles, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you tonight. And now, we invite you to relax. Let's pull up a chair as the elementary proudly presents some learning. Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Take your child by the hand, Sherry, and we'll provide the rest. Reading, phonics, fluency, improve skills we guarantee. Try the new stuff, it's stupendous. Don't believe me, ask the students. They can sing, they'll have fun. Reading skills are number one, and the learning here is never second best. Go on, unfold your mind. Take a glance and find you'll be our guest. We are guest, be our guest. Reading cubes, learning play, dice and letters, hip hooray. We'll prepare and learn with flair, a learning cabaret. You're on board and you've shared, but the meeting's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining while the teacher's entertaining. We tell jokes, I do tricks with my future reading tips. And it's all in perfect taste that you can get. Reading is a gas, you've won your own free pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's shared reading we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest, please be our guest.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dave Jackson, and I am the superintendent at Northridge Local Schools, and I am so excited to be here with you this evening. Together with Bradford and Milton-Union Schools, we are so thankful you choose to spend some time with us tonight for this virtual literacy event. Before I hand it over to Russ Rogers to learn some fun and easy reading activities, we have a few housekeeping items. Your cameras are turned off and your microphones are muted. This is being recorded, and we will be posted the information to each district's website and or social media for future viewing purposes. We would also ask that you put your Q&A at the bottom of the screen, and we'll take about 5 minutes at the end to answer any questions about the activities and tips that Rush is sharing with us tonight. You can type your questions right there. And all right, Rush, with no further ado, I'll turn it over to you. Please enjoy.
Thank you. It's good to see you guys again. I'm going to take a little turn. I've been talking to you each week about reading aloud or reading around, where each of you takes a turn around the table and reads. But today I'm going to talk to you about thinking aloud and about talking around. And we're talking about voice. You having the opportunity to tell what you're seeing or hearing. We've talked about in reading, you are constructing a picture of what's going on in that story. You're seeing that conflict. You're seeing that character. This time we're going to talk about writing about it. So I'm going to take a card right out of the deck. It seems to fit today. And the card that I have for you today is Folks in the Rain. It seemed appropriate. So I would go around the table and you could give me words or phrases or ideas that you see in the card. For instance, you might tell me that you see rain, or that you see rubber boots, or you see work, people at the bus stop, you see a rubber duck. You might pick out things that you see in this picture. And we're going to put those words together, those phrases together, and make a sentence about this picture. So I could take, for instance, I love to play in the rain with my rubber duck. I like to play in the rain. So that might be what the child was thinking, right? But if I'm waiting there at the bus stop on my way to work, I might say something like, I hate rain. I hate waiting at the bus stop in the rain. I hate rain. So I could get, I like to play in the rain. That might be how you feel. You could say, the child enjoys playing in the rain. You are building a sentence about your picture. So you first, you put your picture in the middle and you write the words like rubber duck or play or rain or boots or umbrellas. And then you write your sentence. Let me get the picture out of here. I like to play in the rain, or I do not like to play in the rain. Okay, so we can take our picture cards from our box, go around the table, and everybody gives a word or a phrase, and then you construct a sentence, a good sentence with that. Who feels what and why? Okay, now I'm going to give you another challenge. I'm going to throw out the idea, play ball. If you're like my family, that would lead you to, let's say, softball or baseball. If you're like some families and it's March and Madness and OSU plays tomorrow, you might think basketball, okay? And so you are going to just generate some sentences that you think about playing ball, okay? Just write them on your board. Watch the ball on the way to the bat. Put the ball in their glove. Catch, then throw or tag. Hit the ball. Hit it where they aren't. Hit it out of the park. Ball, then bag. Run up to the ball. You just generate a whole lot of sentences that come off a hit the ball. Okay? And then, so you're just generating ideas. How do I feel about ball? I put plus or minus up there because you could say, I love softball. I love to watch softball. Or you could say, I hate softball. It is cold and rainy, and it's often colder than football. You can pick whichever you like. Just generate as many sentences or phrases as you can. Then we would go to, I'm writing a paragraph, right? So I would say, I love softball. That's my topic sentence. Or you might say baseball if you're a guy. But then I have to decide, did you notice that these sentences, some of them were about when I would be in outfield, and some of them are about when I would be hitting. I would be at bat. So we would have to separate them out and mark. Watch the way to the bat, I'd be a hitter. Put the ball in their glove, I'm probably in outfield. Catch and then tag or throw, outfield. I'm going to separate them. Hit the ball, I'm a hitter. Hit the ball where they aren't, still hitting. Ball first, then bag, outfield. Run up to the ball, outfield. So I'm going to separate them into two types, when I'm in outfield and when I'm hitting, okay? So then my first paragraph on my first sentences, I might say is when I hit. So I would put ball in, hit out to right, hit and run. In this case, run as fast as you can, hit and run. And that would be my first paragraph because it's about when I'm on the hitting team. My second one was be on when I'm a catcher, and it would be catch and tag. Or put the ball in the glove. You want to throw it to first base. Throw to first. So I just separate those ideas into two separate points of view. One where I'm in hitting the ball and one when I'm in outfield. And if I said, I love softball, then my closing sentence is going to be that sentence turned around a little. So it may be, softball is my favorite sport. Okay. So this time you are going around, you're thinking around the table. Everybody contributes an idea. That way you have a whole board full of ideas. You're just doing what I call a data dump. You get as many ideas on the board as you can. So first you have a topic, play ball. Second, you go around and everybody thinks about it and talks about it. And then you separate it out so you can get your 2 paragraphs, right? Topic, sentence, paragraph 1's about hitting, paragraph 2's about playing outfield, and then you have your closing statement. So we always think first. We think about how we feel about it. We think about where we are on the field. We think about what we need to do that well. It's called thinking about your thinking, or metacognition. So we want to grab ideas, we want to grab words, we want to grab phrases, and we want to get them down. All we're doing is get them down on a piece of paper, get them down. And then we take that good idea, I like or I don't like, and then we start with 1 good sentence, and then 1 good paragraph, second good paragraph, turn that good sentence. So it is as important in literacy that we think and talk and collect our thoughts and organize our thoughts and put them out, because quite literally, writing is where you get to talk. Reading, you construct a picture. And if you have a good book club, or you have a good group you read with, you can talk about what you saw when you were reading that book, what you felt, who you were for, what you thought could have been done differently. But when you write, you get the opportunity to talk about how you feel, how you would handle that conflict, what you think about that person's choice of behavior or this person's choice of behavior, or whether or not you think that's a solution to a problem that you would use. And all of that comes out in writing. And on a day-to-day basis, you can be writing notes, you can be sending a card to grandma, you can be putting things on the grocery list, you can be doing all kinds of things to keep your writing up. But you want to write, as in with a pen in your hand, write. It's not all on the computer. You want to write. So I want you to think about thinking out loud, making decisions about how things make you feel, what you want to advocate for, what you want to advocate against, how you want to use your words to make an impact on your world. Thank you. Questions?
All right, Rush, thank you very much. I don't see any questions in our box right now, but I did want to ask you one thing. I was really excited about the idea of writing becoming your voice. It's how you share your thoughts, your opinions, your voice, and how you showed us how to build from a picture or a phrase into words and phrases and sentences, and then eventually paragraphs and et cetera. Do you think it's a good idea to let the students choose the picture, come up with the phrase, because it'd be something probably more familiar to them than if they were the ones to generate some of those things?
I think that's exactly what you want to do. I have a story bag kind of issue where you can collect items. Sometimes what we do is we say, tell me what you did for summer, or tell me what you're going to do for spring break. And we got nothing to kind of hang on to kind of jumpstart our thinking. And so the pictures are very good for that, or the objects in a story bag, okay? They're very good for that. And I think the other thing is, if we do it alone, you come up with 3 ideas and you got nothing. But if you do the talk around, the other people's ideas spur more ideas. They don't change your voice. They give you more to work with. So I think if it's a picture, if it's I did spring objects like chickens and whatever in my bag. I did the water because it's raining here. It doesn't really matter, but sometimes it is, I took softball because like I said, it was our first game last, so it was on top of my mind, but absolutely, the closer it is to the child or to your family, the better. You'll be able to generate so many more ideas. You'll be able to get, you'll think of three and, but when you go around that table, it's really pretty amazing how many ideas you'll get. And then the sorting becomes so much more easily done. And then you really can get from that topic sentence to a paragraph by the sort. So yeah, the closer to the kid, the better. The closer to the family, the better. I think sometimes, we throw out some wild idea and it doesn't go because it has to be near them. If I'm going to speak about it, I need to know about it. The thing that worries me a little is that as a third grader or as a fourth grader, I don't know how many opportunities I've had to think about what I like and what I don't like, or how I feel about this or how I feel about that. So I think that's the other reason why you talk and think around is I can say how I feel, somebody else feels very differently. So there isn't just one, and we can really have a pretty healthy conversation around those social emotional issues that are so important to us right now.
Very good. I don't see any more questions, but I am excited to try this at home with my grandson. As an old math teacher, these literacy ideas will help me too. So I'm excited about that.
If they're younger, the items, like I just took spring items like bubbles and balls and bunnies, and you can go with the younger child pretty fast. They can describe the bunny, a little bunny, a soft bunny, or whatever. You can get those kinds of things. The bag is really a good idea for younger.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rush. We're going to wrap up for tonight. And just remind you, if you play the games, take a picture and email them to your child's teacher or building principal, and your picture will be added to the intro video. Thank you all again for joining us, and have a great evening, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.